Welcome back, everyone. I'm back with Sarah, and we're going to do a practice. It's going to be mindful mobility. So if you've got a cushion or one of these lovely bolsters, some of you have luckily got one of these since we've been doing all our practices at home, just bring it with you, and we're going to start with some movement, and then she's going to guide us through a beautiful meditation. So Sarah, I'm really excited. Thank you for doing this today, and over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Let us start at the back of the mat. If you don't have a mat and you're just on your carpet, your floor, whatever, that's cool. Separate the feet just beyond hip width distance. Start to roll through the shoulders here. Take a bit of weight down into the hips, bend through the knees slightly. Take a deep breath and then exhale it out of the mouth. Let it go. Good. Roll the shoulders down. And just pause here a moment, sinking the tailbone and squeezing your belly in. So just resetting your posture, rolling your shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades peel together down the back. Still with that engagement in the belly, start cultivating some length in the sides of your body. So from hip to shoulder, really feeling into that space. And can you take your breath into your rib cage, expanding your rib cage out? One more breath here. Lift up all your toes as you inhale. Feel into the four corners of the feet, and then exhale, your toes will soften back down so they're not gripping in. Keep that gentle tuck, that slight knee bend, and inhale your fingers, interlace them in your chest. As you exhale, tuck your chin and push your palms away. So really opening through the upper back here. Take a big inhale, feel your shoulder blades pull apart, push the hands away further as you exhale. Good, then inhale, take the arms high. So the inner side of the palms, they're floating up, and just start to float your way like a windscreen wiper. Moving the hands from one side to the other side. Finding that stretch down the side of your body. Keep the engagement of the belly here though. Don't mind my obnoxiously loud breathing, but maybe it'll remind you to breathe. Keep the arms back with the ears, chest open, belly in. Last one here, then back to center and inhale. Power pose. As you exhale, release the hands, take them behind you and roll your shoulders back and down. So really get the palms squeezed together if you can. If this is too much, just grab the forearms or the wrist. Otherwise, hands pointing down to the ground, heart leads forward as you inhale. As you exhale, shoulders move back and down, bend through the knees. Fold at the hips, so you're upside down in the upper body, and your arms are pulling away from you as if they're trying to reach the ceiling. Now your knees can be bent heaps here, or just a little bit, or straighten out, whatever feels best for you. Just start kind of mindfully creating that intentional awareness with your body. Take the shoulders back and down. Notice the natural rise and fall of the breath for 3 more breaths. Let the head go super heavy. Shoulders move back and down the spine, away from the ears. Last one. And then exhale, soften the hands to the ground. You're in a forward fold here with wider legs. So just start to bend through one knee or raising one heel, then the other heel. Let the head go heavy. Take a little sway side to side. Really nod. Yes, let the neck release. Full breath in and out. And then walk your hands, bending through the left knee, walk your hands around to the left side. So you're stretching into the side body on the right. Pull the right hip back as you find space down from that hip all the way to the tricep on the right. As you exhale, pull that right hip back. As you inhale, take the breath into that right rib cage. Left knee is bent. If you're just sort of hanging out mid-air, that's cool too, as long as you're feeling it in that side body. Last breath. And then inhale back to center. A little bit of a walkout, a little bit of a reset of the head. Releasing down. Take an inhale here. Bend into the right knee and walk your hands around to the right. So we're stretching out that left side body. Pull the left hip back. Take a big inhale to the left rib cage. As you exhale, keep squeezing left hip back, letting the head fall. 2 more just like this. So using that mindfulness of breath as a measurement. Stay for the exhale here. Then you'll inhale, come back to center, forward fold, exhale. Let's take a halfway rise. Inhale, sweep the hands either just to the mat or up the shins, long spine. Then exhale, crawl forward into a plank. Squeeze your belly on. Take your fingertips wide. Eye of the elbows facing inwards. Squeeze your booty, squeeze your legs, and start having a little play backward and forward here. Just connecting to the muscles that are turning on in your stomach. If this is too much, just soften the knees. We'll meet you there in a breath. If you're in plank, hold the belly in. Your next exhale, let the knees come down to the mat. Unhook the toes and get your wrists underneath your shoulders for cat-cow. Fingertips are spread wide, knees are underneath the hips. Squeeze the belly in so you're not like hanging like this to start. Really want that engagement so the lower back isn't arching. Take a full breath here into the rib cage. And as you exhale, squeeze the rib cage back. Good, cat-cow. As you inhale, arch your spine so your belly goes down to the mat and the crown of your head moves forward. Look forward. As you exhale, tuck your chin and reverse it. Squeeze your navel towards your spine. Push the ground away. Good. Keep going here. You have 4 more. So just taking them in your own time. Let your breath be the guide of how long each posture goes for. So when you reach the top, that's when your exhale is out. Last 3 here, really just warming up the spine. Bringing some connection into the upper body and the hips. Last 2. And last 1. Reach the head forward as you inhale. As you exhale, really tuck the hips. Push the ground away. Good. Take the knees wide, big toes will touch, child's pose. Send the hips back, the arms reach forward. Make it a little bit more active. So you're actually pressing the ground away. You can have your forehead down to the mat. Notice that rise and fall of the breath. Once again, in yoga, sometimes people think we've got to be like completely still and it's got to look a certain way, but really it's about letting go of how things look and coming into how they feel. So push the mat away, push the glutes back. Maybe taking a little bit of movement side to side in the hips. And then we're almost done with our stretching here. We got 2 more things. Let's get a little deeper into the hips. Inhale forward. Tuck your toes, squeeze your belly towards your spine as you go to down dog. So it's an upside down, capital letter V, push the ground away. Fingertips spread wide. Pull the shoulders back and down away from the ears. You can take some time to walk it out here. Maybe it's the first one of your day. You can take a little sway. 2 more breaths here. Squeeze your belly in, push your hips higher. Come to stillness for the last breath. Ribcage splays. Exhale, squeeze it in. Good. Then roll forward into that plank. Squeeze your left knee into your chest and step it forward for long lunge. You may need to give it a hand to get there, and that's totally cool. Just do that. Inhale, roll open through the chest. Exhale, soften that back knee down. So let's stretch into the front psoas tendon of the right side, the front of the right hip. Start to let the left knee go beyond the ankle, which is safe because that back knee's down. And just start to breathe deeply into that right hip. Send your breath down there, picking up all that tension, and then exhale it out. See if you can let the hips go even 5% more, 10% more. 3 more breaths. Last two. Last one. Keep that back foot tucked. We're going hamstring stretch. So start to walk your hands back. Flexion to your left foot. You might need to move it forward a little bit. Open through the chest as you inhale. You might just be hovering, and that's cool. Then exhale, pull the left hip back, soften the chest down. Shoulders will be back and down. So try to level out the hips here. Pull the right hip forward slightly, left hip back. You have 3 more breaths. Again, just noticing, is there any sort of organic instruction from the body to take any kind of movement, any readjustment? Last final breath here. So really breathe in. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Stay for the exhale, really let it out. Pull the left hip back. Good. Then inhale forward, rebend that left knee, and let's take a forward wide leg fold. So walk your hands around towards the right. Both legs are straight and the toes are pointing in more than the heels. So send the heels out a bit. Take an inhale, halfway rise, straighten your spine. Push your hips back, crown forward. Then exhale, fold and release. Now you may just be comfortable with the hands in front. Otherwise, you can walk them back, send them between the legs, bending 90 degrees into the elbows, letting the head come to the ground. Just keep squeezing the thighs wherever you're at. Take 3 more breaths here, possibly adding another halfway rise on an inhale if you like. Last 2. Should be getting that nice stretch down the middle of the thighs, inner thighs, all the way down to the feet. Last breath. Good. Let's go to our lunge at the back of the mat. So you're going to crawl around to that right foot, bend that right leg. Inhale here, and exhale, soften the left knee down to the ground. Take an inhale to open through the chest, and as you exhale, just let the hips move forward slightly, stretching out the front of the left thigh, the left hip. And as you inhale, find a bit more length in the spine here. So it's not about bringing the torso down, it's about allowing the hips to soften forward. 2 more long breaths. Last exhale here, really stay for it, encourage the hips to let go. And then start inhaling, walking the hands back, flexing the right foot back towards the face. Take your inhale here to open through the chest, pull the right hip back, and then exhale, fold and release. The right foot is flexing. You may want to take a little sway in the hips or a little bit of the movement in the leg. But just keep pulling back with that right hip. Keep pulling the left hip forward more. You have 3 more breaths here just to work into the hamstring a bit. Stay for the exhale, last one. Then rebend that right knee. Walk forward. Let's come to that center fold. Not for as long this time, just for a nice little wash off in the center. Let the head go heavy, maybe take a little bit of a sway, reach to one side and then the other side. Take a halfway rise on your inhale. And as you exhale, crawl your way back around to the front, bend that left knee and let's go down dog last time. Send the left foot back, push the ground away. 2 breaths here as you roll your shoulders back and down, just straightening out the back. It's cool if the heels aren't down, just have the knees bent. Last breath here. Let's take a child's pose. Knees go out wide. Big toes will touch. Push the hips back. And just kind of check in, taking that moment to see how your body feels, how you feel emotionally, mentally. 2 more breaths here. So really expand through the rib cage, push the ground away. Maybe take the last breath out of the mouth, like a nice sound, and just really releasing. I'll wait. Cool. Let's set up for our mindful meditation. So you can just come to sit on your mat or against the wall, wherever feels comfy for you. I happen to have this fabulous yoga cushion close by, so this is what I'll be using. You don't have to sit cross-legged or anything if it's not comfy. You can sit on a chair, whatever works for you. So just get settled in the hips. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more connected to the body and on. And just take the time now to send your gaze down ahead of your legs. Take a big inhale through the nose. And as you exhale out of the mouth, really feel your weight just surrendering down into whatever it is you're seated on. Your hands can be in your lap, on your legs, whatever works for you. The eyes are open and you're just softly gazing down ahead of the legs. The spine is upright, but it's still relaxed. And as you scan through the hips here and the legs, just kind of notice if they're resisting gravity a bit, if they're holding on, there's tension in the muscle. That new awareness that you created in your practice, just encouraging hips and legs to let go a bit. May need to readjust the legs a little. On your next exhale, if you're comfy to, just soften the eyes to close. Or maybe close them 9/10 of the way if you'd like. Can you start to notice where, however subtle, that rise and fall of your breath is happening in your body? Maybe you notice it in the belly, in the chest, maybe in the back or the shoulders, or even the nose. Where can you feel the rise and fall of breath? And just starting to notice when the inhale changes to an exhale. Noticing what it feels like to breathe. Can you let the chin drop just a little bit, maybe 10 degrees? And can you soften through your face? Let your forehead and your brows soften, your eyes relax, eyelids. Start to send the gaze of your eyes inwards and upwards towards the third eye space, center of your forehead. Let the cheeks relax. Keep bringing that tension out of the eyes, sending the gaze upwards. Jaw relaxes. You need to lick your lips, swallow. And breathing in and out of the nose. At any point, if the body is asking for it, taking a deeper breath. You can always let the breath out of the mouth, just to really settle your body weight down. Start to bring the awareness of your breath into your nostril space. So noticing breath moving in and out of the nose. What can you feel? Just noticing, observing. Is it pressure in the nostrils as the air moves in and out? Maybe temperature. maybe movement of the exhale of air that you can feel above the upper lip. Keep softening the eyes. The more we focus on something, the more we can feel. Just being patient and non-judgmental. If you can't feel much at all, that's fine. Just keep noticing that. Keep softening through your whole body. Just noticing how nice it is to pause for a moment and notice the breath when you don't think about it really for the rest of the day. Sitting at that time, the attention. And then taking a deeper breath in through the nose. Sit up a little bit straighter. Roll the shoulders and exhale out of the mouth. Start to crack the eyes open and just gaze down. Now you may be able to visually see that rise and fall of breath, to notice your connection to it. Just roll through the shoulders and neck. Maybe stretching the hands forward. Doing anything that your body's asking for. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your mindful mobility session and that you're feeling nice and grounded into the breath. And this is something you can do at any point in the day. Just pause, notice the breath in and out of the nose. Thanks, Robin. Thanks, Elaine, Yoga.
Thanks, Sarah. That was amazing. I feel much more calmer now than I did before. So this is good.
Sick.
So if people are looking to find Sarah, they're going to go where, Sarah?
Instagram is Zenly Wellbeing. The website is zenly.com.au. There's a podcast called Living Zenly, a blog, and on LinkedIn is Sarah Frank.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Sarah.
Thank you.
Our latest Relaxed Human in Residence.
Yay! My pleasure. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. We'll see you next time, Relaxed Humans. Bye.
Yes. Bye. Stay relaxed.